Hello there, Cancer. Welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week of July 25th through 31st. Happy birthday to you if your birthday is today or if it's coming up. Happy belated birthday if we missed it last week. Okay, we're going to see what is going on with you for this coming week. But first, I just have a couple of announcements. One, you can check out all of your Cancer videos up here in this corner. Click on that info card that will take you to all of the videos, all of the weekly and monthly videos that we've done for your sign. And the second announcement is that we have started a membership deal on this channel where you can get extended versions of all of these readings. So all signs, all weeklies, all monthlies, for the members of this channel, and all the information for how to do that is down in the description box of this video. So I encourage you to check that out. And if you are able, please do become a member of this channel. Over the weeks and months, there'll just be more and more, kind of bonus content for members down there. So we're still going to be doing our general weekly and monthly tarot forecast for all signs. And this is for Cancer for the week of July 25th through 31st. Let's see what Cancer needs to know. What is the message for Cancer? This card jumped right out, so we're going to go ahead and use that as our first card. Now, Seven of Swords. Not my favorite card by any means, but we're going to see what else we can do before we really get into that. A lot of fire. All right. Well, I think that there's been a little bit of friction with you and either a lover or a potential lover, or someone very, very close to you. I feel like there's been some friction, and I say that because in the recent past, we have the Five of Wands, and this is strife, this is friction, this is fighting and arguments, and just an unpleasant experience relating to someone. Okay, now I think this might be either happening to you right now, or this is something that's going to be coming your way towards the beginning of this week. So, the 25th, 26th, 27th maybe of July. I think this is where you're going to really see this friction. And I do see that to kind of reinforce this idea of it being kind of a bad time relating to someone, or it's just you find that communication with this person is very difficult. And that's what we see with the Seven of Swords, is the futility of trying to get your point across. This is you trying to communicate, trying to express yourself, but you feel like you're talking to a brick wall almost. You feel like you're really just not able to get through to this person, and this person is represented by the Queen of Wands, and she or he, as the case may be, is very opinionated, very stubborn, very quick to get angry. So I feel like the more you try to chip away at the situation with your communication, the more you're just upsetting this person, and things are just getting worse and worse and worse. And the fighting is just going on and on and on. Now, this could be flipped around a little bit, and we could say that this is someone who's trying to get through to you, but you, Cancer, are being this stubborn and emotional person who is just not ready to hear what this person has to say. You're just not willing right now to really listen. And I think you're being stubborn and moody and just not letting this person get through to you. You're not willing to hear them right now. So I don't know which way this is going. I think the indications really are that it is kind of something that you're prone to, this kind of stubborn, this unwillingness to listen. And I think the more they kind of pick at you, because you can see all those six swords are just kind of slowly picking at that central sword, right? So this person could just be constantly picking at you and picking at you. And I think that it's causing you to get a little bit angry, to get a little bit more standoffish, and a little bit more annoyed, and all of these things. And I can relate to that. I'm a Cancer too. So I definitely feel a lot of this energy in my own spirit, in my own soul. But the the key takeaway, I think, is that um, there is some aggressive communication going on. There is some friction between you and this person. Now, I think this person is someone that you have an emotional involvement with, because we do have the Queen of Cups here representing the other person. And I think this is the person that's very close to you that you're having this kind of fight or argument with. And I think part of the issue is that this person is one that doesn't easily share their true inner feelings with you. I feel like this person maybe is a little bit closed off, though they might not even know it. They could be a person who is really just kind of reflects whatever mood is around them, right? So it's hard to see how they really feel, because at any given moment, they're just kind of existing in the environment. They're just kind of reflecting the mood of the environment, the energies that are around them. That's kind of just what they become, right? So it's hard to find out what they're really thinking or feeling, because they're just mirroring the mood around them, okay? And again, there's a chance that this is all reversed, and this is really you, being Cancer, especially that you're just kind of closed off emotionally, and you're just reflecting the mood that's around you. And so this other person doesn't really know what it is that you're thinking and feeling. But either way, whichever side of the coin it's on, I think the friction is there. The stubbornness and the just kind of increasingly annoyed attitude and the increasing kind of anger that is being caused by this Seven of Swords here, I think that is what the focus is. The first card that kind of jumped out of the deck as we were shuffling was the Seven of Swords. And so I think the ultimate situation, whether this is completely on you, completely on them, I don't think it matters. It's probably a little bit of both of you. The idea here is that the communication just isn't working. The way that the both of you are going about trying to resolve this is just making things worse. So the style of communication, the methods that you're using, the way that you two communicate with each other is not helping. I think it's making things worse. It's like you're just picking at each other like these swords are, and it's not making anything better. You're not making any progress doing it this way, right? So I really think that the tactics need to be changed. I think there needs to be a little bit of just kind of a cooling off period. I think this Queen of Wands energy needs to dissipate a little bit. I think this, like towards the middle of the week, this card is really going to play a major part, and this is just going to be like the pinnacle of just annoyance and anger and stubbornness and an unwillingness to communicate. So I really think that the communication is going to completely break down towards the middle of the week. Because, either you or the other person or both of you are just going to get so fed up and so just kind of mad at this thing that the communication is really going to stop. And, but I think that's a good thing too. I think it needs to kind of reach this climax in order to kind of to start going into the next act, to really start kind of winding down into a more calm. I think if you guys are exhausting your fiery energy, then I think that there's going to be room for some other energies to come in. And saying that, we see the High Priestess. And so I think that once this fiery, angry, annoyed, stubborn energy kind of dissipates a little bit, you're going to have more opportunity to really hear your inner voice, really hear your intuition giving you guidance on this situation, okay? And, I think that this is a very heavy situation in your life, because we have also the Death card, which now I'm just bringing up now. I was kind of avoiding this for a while. But this is the card that's kind of overshadowing this whole reading. And what I think it indicates here is that this whole situation that you're in with this person, it is part of a larger transformation in your life, okay? It's part of a larger change from kind of one way of being and living into something new, something that is completely different than what you're used to. So, I don't know that this is, if this is your romantic partner, if this is a close friend or a close family member, I feel like this argument with them, this fight, this friction, this strife, this Five of Wands energy that's going on with them, I feel like this is just kind of like the secondary concern. I feel like the main point is that this is something that's happening with you that is more than just this argument or this kind of this friction that you have with this person. I think this friction that you have and this inability to communicate and to resolve this issue with this person is part of a larger problem. Not so much a problem, but a larger evolution in yourself. Okay, so I think if you look at it that way, then maybe you could, once this fiery energy dissipates a little bit and things calm down, I think you'll be able to see the situation from a different perspective and have a little bit more of that spiritual intuition, that spiritual guidance, to see how this specific situation is representative of a larger situation within your larger long-term life. You know what I mean? So I think that it's really something, it's an opportunity for you to look at yourself a little bit more objectively and see, maybe this isn't the first time that this kind of thing has happened. Maybe this is a pattern for you. Maybe, maybe this is something that you're aware of is part of your spiritual work. Okay, and that's what we see with the Death card here, is that it's time for you to really see this as just one stage in your overall transformation, evolution of your being, of your spiritual self. Okay, I think part of your worry in this specific situation, now we're going to get back to the matter at hand here, I think is a little bit of a fear of being alone. I think maybe part of your worry is that with this Five of Wands, this fight, this friction that's going on, you're going to end up alone. Maybe you're afraid that you're going to turn your back on this person that you really love, or they're going to turn their back on you. But either way, I think the fear is that it's going to be an end and you're going to be kind of just stuck with yourself, right? I think that is a valid concern, of course. I think that's something that we all kind of think about when we are in these heated arguments with people, that really deep down we don't want things to end. We don't want to lose that person in our life. We don't want to just end up alone. But we have to ask ourselves if being alone and taking that path of the hermit is part of our overall life path and our life, our soul, our spiritual evolution. Okay, and I don't know that it is for you. I think that's something that you are going to have to choose. And that's what we see with the Lover's card here. And the Lover's card is the ultimate, well, not the ultimate, but the projected outcome of this entire situation is you making the choice that is right for you. You're making the choice that is going to be best for your spiritual evolution, your life path, okay? Now, the Lover's card, it doesn't mean that, oh, you're going to be in a relationship. No, a lot of people think the Lover's card is just, oh, this means you're going to be in a loving relationship. Yeah, I mean, it could mean that. I think this is choosing between things that you love. This is choosing the right kind of love for yourself. This is choosing either self-love and the hermit, or it is choosing, romantic love with this person that we're talking about in your specific situation. So this is not a guarantee that, oh, you're going to still be in a relationship. This is not the relationship card, okay? This is saying that you are going to be called upon to make a very serious decision, make a choice between love, between, like I said, in this case, it's going to be the hermit or self-love, or it's going to be this romantic love in this relationship that you're in. So I think the ultimate choice is yours. I think the projected outcome of this is going to be you choosing the path that is best for you. You are choosing you're choosing love one way or the other. Okay, now you just have to see how that plays out in a practical way. The other card that I haven't mentioned yet is the Wheel of Fortune, and this is in the immediate outcome. And I think really what this is saying here is that this fire energy, this friction, this argument, this really heated this really heated, like confrontational attitude between the two of you is going to wane. It's going to the wheel's going to turn back the other way, and things are going to be calm. And like I said, that is actually in your favor, because you'll have access then to that intuition that sometimes we can't hear when there's too much of this aggression and anxiety and too much of this frantic, fiery energy going on in our minds and in our spirit, that we can't really hear that divine voice. We can't really hear that intuition coming from, the divine realm, coming from the unconscious, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes we can't hear that when our minds are just too busy with these other things. So I think that the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn for you, and you'll have at least a temporary repose, a little bit of a respite, and you'll be able to tap into this this intuition. Okay, and that's going to help you really really get through this side of the spread. Okay, because we have your intuition with the High Priestess at the bottom. We move into the Queen of Cups, which I said is this ability, either on your part or the other person's part, to express how they truly feel, because they're just, remember what we said about that card, where it's just kind of mirroring the mood around them, and so it's really hard to understand how they truly feel. And then you're moving into this Hermit, or the choice to be in the relationship, the choice for self-love. Is being in the relationship part of your self-love, or is it counter to your self-love? So that's what I really think this is what you have to kind of think about a lot, is what is best for your self-care, for your evolution, your spiritual development, and your self-work, your spiritual work. What is it that you really need to focus on in order to really continue this, and to be more in harmony with this Death card? Because I think if we fight against this spiritual evolution, this spiritual path, this more, I don't know, more fated or more destiny kind of thing of this transformation and change, and this overall life path, and this, this more spiritual adventure that we're on. If we fight against that too much, I think that's where this Death card really shows its negative side and its destructive side and its painful aspect. When we fight against the the true will, or the divine will, or the true trajectory of our souls and our spirit, I think when we fight against that kind of harmony, that's when this card really gets painful and dark and destructive. I think if we make choices that we know in our deepest spirit with our intuition, if we make the choices that we know are in tune with our soul and our spirit and our life path, I think this Death card, this transformation will be less painful, less dark, and just kind of, less destructive and crazy, because we're in harmony with that as much as we can. I mean, it's still change. Change is still sometimes very scary and very unwanted, and we do resist that a lot. But the more we resist, I think the more that this card really becomes, a little bit darker and a little bit more painful. So Cancer, I think the message has come through for you. I think it gives you a lot to consider. I thank you so much for letting me read for you today. This was your weekly tarot forecast for the week of July 25th through 31st. And if you want to stick around for the extended version of this reading, you do have to become a member to this channel, and you can do that with the information that is down in the description box of this video. Again, Cancer, thank you so much, and happy birthday.